It is what it is. Okay. You gonna hit your haiku?
I was debating, but I guess kind of, but not really. Congress shall make no law respecting an establishment of religion or prohibiting the free exercise thereof or abridging the freedom of speech or of the press or the right of the people peaceably to assemble and to petition the government for a redress of grievances. Welcome to the No Filter Podcast. Yeah, how are you, brother? What's good?
Yeah. Eating my cheese puffs. Ready to partake in this lovely topic we have today.
Well, I don't even know if it's really a topic as much as it is just a discussion between brothers.
Oh my God. The laugh is ominous.
Yeah, that's kind of really what it is out here. So okay.
Okay.
Right? Like first let me shout out everybody on the planet. Need to check out the Legends Twitch. It's XWHAAAATTTTT. Just so y'all are aware. I'm gonna shout that out again. So it's XY. Y'all go check out the legend on Twitch. He be talking his shit, playing the games, build him up, shout him out, hit him up.
I should have started a Twitch.
Oh, I have one. I just don't use it.
That's what I meant.
I've actually broadcast and played games on it. I think I deleted it though. The games and shit. Like I was like, yeah, no. And I was actually winning. I wasn't losing. I don't know why I deleted it. So me and Mookie are gathered here today to bid farewell to our First Amendment rights. Because I've consistently been consuming the phenomenon that is First Amendment auditors. It's a very interesting thing. So much so that one of the things that are highlighted in our consumption of said content in this new phenomenon is the lack of Black folks that do it. If you are unaware of precisely what First Amendment auditors are, these are individuals who go to government, all forms of government, like local, state, federal government facilities with their cameras and sometimes with firearms, and exercise their First Amendment rights while also provoking law enforcement.
That's the part right there.
Right. They typically have a basic knowledge of the Constitution. Yeah, they're they have their camera and they go out to government buildings and literally provoke the police into bad responses. Like I don't want to say their whole purpose is to provoke a bad response. I'm not going to say that. Their purpose is a legitimate purpose. It is to enlighten the public and government officials to what precisely the First Amendment, the Fourth, and the Fifth all encompasses, especially government workers, and to let the people know. And sometimes it's second because they're quick to pull those four at a minimum out on you. Like they will hit you with it, and then they'll hit you with your local statutes and say your policies are some places policies are not constitutionally protected. Like, because they're like, yo, this is a constitutionally protected activity. Photography is not a crime in and of itself. The motherfuckers will have on a mask and full tactical gear, and they'll look like they're scoping something out. When police pull up, they're like, yeah, no, can I see some ID? They're like, yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, photography in and of itself is not a crime. And then motherfuckers cops be like, yeah, but you're suspicious. So yeah, but is that a felony or a misdemeanor? Like, neither. Okay, so I don't have to show you my identification if I haven't committed a crime. And the cops be like, oh, no, you're going to show me your fucking ID. And they're like, yeah, but I'm not. And I'm prepared to take it all the way to get arrested, fingerprint it, just so I can fucking sue y'all. And literally, the governments have been paying out. Usually, the federal spots don't make the same mistakes because I guess those agencies have properly trained their employees and made them aware of precisely what the boundaries are. But when it comes to motherfucking state and local governments, oh, they be fucking up. They be fucking up bad. Like, they will grab you up, cuff you, put you in the back of the car, and then like, and they're all on video, and they're beautifully edited in the whole shebang, because you'll watch the whole thing and then you'll see some scroll pop up like, get ready for the pigs to do the walk of shame, because they don't even get the information they want even after all of that. They're like, yeah, call your supervisor out here right the fuck now before you fuck this up. And they start breaking down qualified immunity and all types of other things. It's a dope concept. It really is. However, I've only seen two black folks do it, and the response to those two aren't the same as the response to the white boys. Not the same at all. It was like, yeah, like these motherfuckers be out and about. Say like, so Florida, I guess Florida has a statute where you can be armed while going fishing. So these motherfuckers will go somewhere close to a pond and hop out the vehicle with full-blown long guns and guns on their hip. And when the police pull up, because the public is like, yeah, there's these guys walking around with guns. Like, yeah, let me see some ID. And they be like, yeah, no, let me see your ID. What's your name and badge number?
It'd be so fucking bad, bro. We be having a conversation. I'm like, dead niggas, y'all gonna die. Y'all gonna fucking die.
But yeah, like, and that's really why I chose to cover this topic, because we, I like, okay, so, and I say this all the time, right? The Constitution doesn't easily or readily extend to us as Black folks, right? But we understand that we did not always have rights in accordance with the Constitution. So we're accustomed to living in our areas without said established rights. We don't believe in them in the same way. So we're not going to put our lives on the line to prove
a point
that we have the right.
I'm good.
Right. Like, that's just not gonna happen. Like these white boys, they off the chain with it, and they for real too. Like they stay serious. Like y'all motherfuckers don't understand how serious this shit really is. I was gonna put some clips of the First Amendment Auditors in here, and we was gonna go through and come through. And then I thought about it. I said that would be socially irresponsible of me, knowing that the primary audience of the pod at this point is Black folks and people of color. And I don't want none of y'all to try that because I don't want to have to come to no funerals
at all.
Like, because
we don't have the same luxuries that these white boys are willing to die for this shit.
Well, I don't even know if they're willing to die. I believe that the police are willing to kill.
Either or. I want to go home at the end of the day.
Yeah, I really don't. I don't believe they're willing to die for it. Like, cause some of them, you get to that point and they like,
they do back up their square.
Like, right. Like if you're telling me I have to ID for fear of arrest or threat of you seizing my person, they'll give up the ID, but that's like 30, 40 minutes into the conflict. And I don't think niggas is going to last 30, 40 minutes into the conflict. I think about 2 to 3 minutes into the dialogue with the police about how you not finna produce no identification while you're on government property, I think it's gonna get ugly. I think it's gonna get ugly quick as fuck.
You finna die. I don't even know how. There's not a nice way to put it. You're gonna die.
I'm not gonna say you're gonna die because I think you're gonna get severely beaten with the possibility of escalation to death. Yeah. But at a minimum, they're gonna make contact with you. Like they're not even making contact with some of these motherfuckers. Like motherfuckers walk up and ask for they're like, yeah, what are you doing out here? And they'll ignore them. Like they will literally be like not even respond. Like no, like the cop is screaming, what the fuck are you doing? Like, who are you? And they're just walking around, and then the cop will walk up and get close to him, and they're like, oh, you were saying hey. Hay's for horses.
This is real. It's not even like that. I want to be very clear that shit happened, and I got so upset. I get upset watching these videos, mainly because
you couldn't do it.
I dare not dream of doing this. Like if I dream about it, I wake up and slap myself. Look. Our whole life, we have been taught to not do this. To not. Like, that is what we are taught. We are taught, hey, you ever in a situation, shut the fuck up, do what they say, deal with the consequences, like, deal with it after. Your job is to get home. And these motherfucking people, in front of God and everybody, just outright defiance. Why are you screaming at me, bitch? Whoa. What? I be looking at the videos. I be like, oh.
They be like, yeah, just to let you know, I got a gun in the car. And then it's like, oh, well, okay. What the fuck you mean, okay? like, can you just keep your hands on the steering wheel?
Hands everywhere. Hands everywhere. Use record. Look at that. They reaching. There's back there. Whoa.
And then the culmination of events is just so you are aware, right? So this is no bullshit. When the cop treats the white people like they treat us, the end of the video shows that these people pursue legal action against whatever fucking agency employed said fucking police officer, and the police officer is reprimanded or fired typically. Like, shorty hair dude say, I have a gun in the car. She pulled out on him. He's like, whoa, whoa. Yeah, the end of that video says she's fired. like gun out. Like, oh, you have a weapon in the car, and I'm going to treat you like a nigger. And then white boys are like, oh, but you're not.
Do you not see my skin, bitch? You're getting fired today. How dare you pull your weapon on me? You're going to jail, bitch. Today.
Like, this ID refusal thing is, I mean, like I said, and I think like I've been I watch it frequently, and I think it's a dope concept. I think it's a really interesting, like, and maybe it'll bring the necessary awareness to law enforcement and particular agencies in regards to not dealing with us with such vitriol immediately, because we are cooperative, yet we still watch ourselves get gunned down on such a regular basis that you know it's not completely effective. You know, it's not reaching every single fucking law enforcement agency and law enforcement fucking personnel, because we're still getting gunned down in the street. But then you think to yourself, there's one where the cop gets fired at the end once again, but he says if this was 10 years ago, we'd have just shot him in the street. The cops, because they're going and requesting the body cam footage after the fact from the police officer. So they're splicing and editing together their camera footage, the body cam footage, the footage from the vehicles. They do the personal records request, the whole shebang, and all of this shit is public information. So once they get it, they're editing it together, and you will see the police in a vehicle or walking up saying that they're about to harass the citizen, and then come in contact with the citizen, and then go through some super convoluted bullshit where they're not saying exactly what they want to happen, because they're kind of understanding of what they can say within confines of the actual law, but they're not abreast of the law itself. And then you have the interaction and the dialogue on the civilian's fucking camera. And then it'll cut back to the police fucking footage, and they be fucking up sometimes, because they'll be talking amongst each other, and they'll be saying some foul shit on the camera. And that's really what be getting them. Because these motherfuckers, after they do their little personnel record requests and they edit that shit, and they hit up their fucking lawyers that they clearly must have on retainer, or their lawyers are friends, or they're friends of the lawyer or whatever, and they're like, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and file this $275,000 fucking civil rights violation suit against the city, and the cities are paying out. Like, listen, let it be known, they are paying the fuck out. So you figure if each of those ends in a settlement, how much money is it really costing the taxpayers? Because the fucking police don't know the confines. Like, they don't know to work within the confines of the law. They don't know the law at all. Like, this has made it abundantly clear that police do not, under any circumstances, know the actual law. They know the authority that they possess with guns and badges, but they have no fucking idea about the law. Because you will have a cop outright look you in the face in one of these videos and tell you some bullshit. They'll be like, so what is your RAS? And the cop will be like, you're suspicious. He'll be like, yeah, but I need your reasonable, articulable suspicion that I'm in the commission of, just have committed, or I'm about to commit a crime. He's like, yeah, the crime is failure to ID. They'd be like, no, that's a secondary offense, and it can only be done if I'm already in commission of a crime. What crime do you suspect me of committing? You're taking pictures. Oh, the Supreme Court has ruled that photography in and of itself is not a crime. I therefore will never ID to you. You're a tyrant, pig. Excuse me?
This is real shit that has happened.
I will put hands on you. You will not touch me. I do not submit to any searches or seizures of my person or my fucking property. This is a Terry frisk. This is not a Terry frisk. You're going inside of my pockets. Terry v. Ohio says you can only check for weapons and make sure you're safe. Well, I think you misunderstand, Terry. No, you misunderstand, Terry, and I will have my lawyer. Look, man, this shit is amazing. I'm just saying. This
it's not amazing.
I don't want no. Well, no. Think about it, bro. As long as it ain't us, we have the wherewithal to not do that. Like at the end of the day, this is no bullshit. I was explaining the move the other day, right? I've been through a situation in which I was pulled over because of the illegal. Okay, first and foremost, let me say it is illegal for the police to run your tag if you have not committed a fucking infraction, right? I've learned this in the years since this has happened to me. So in the running of the tag, the vehicle comes back not registered to me, registered to someone else. That person's license is expired. So now they're pulling me over thinking they have someone with an expired license. However, from the moment I produce my license, which is valid, and the registration for a vehicle that is not in my name, which is valid, I should be let go. However, that is not how the situation went. Like that situation cost a lot of money and a lot of time, and a lot of fucking things went awry after that particular situation. Needless to say, I've learned that is illegal for them to use resources and just run your shit through David, and like they can't do it. They're not supposed to. Yet we understand when we get pulled over, we just pull over to the side of the road and produce ID and the necessary documentation to prove that we have said vehicle. However, now, because I've had a bad experience, obviously not based on solely personal thing, once you tell me you've pulled me over and you haven't pulled me over for an actual traffic infraction, I'm exercising my right to remain silent. You're going to go ahead and violate my rights. I'm going to allow you to violate my rights. I'm just going, when you tell me to get out, I'm going to just get out the car, lock the vehicle, and you're going to take me to jail. And then we're going to call the ACLU and we're going to fucking find a lawyer who's going to take a pro bono and take, shit. Listen, lawyers in the world, y'all can have 40% of this. Y'all don't even need to settle for 20 because whatever settlement I'm awarded, it's more than I have now. So I'm not trying to argue with you about fucking price. I'm telling you right now, we going for the gusto. I'm gonna need my 300,000, and you motherfuckers can have fucking 40% of my 300,000. Period. Point blank. Yeah, that's because that's really what they're doing out here. They're smashing motherfuckers. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna produce my ID and I'm gonna allow you to violate me because I understand that the premise of the traffic stop was false. It's not a fishing expedition. Like, no, I'm not giving you permission to search my whip. That's not happening. I'm just get out, lock the car, and keep it fucking moving. And because I understand that when I go to court, like you can't argue with the cop because the cop doesn't know the law. This is I've determined this. The cop does not know the law, and it is not his place to allow you to make any judgments or determinations. That's not his role. His role is law enforcement, and because he doesn't understand the law, he is unaware of what he is enforcing. So go ahead, violate me. It's cool. Violate my First Amendment right. Violate my motherfucking Fourth Amendment right. Disrespect my Fifth Amendment right. The whole shebang. I'm subject to all illegal searches and seizures once you fucking put me under arrest, and I'm not speaking. I'm just not. And I'm gonna wait until I get in front of the magistrate to plead my case because this is a more reasonable motherfucker behind the bench without a gun. That's really the case. So violate me is cool. Like once I give you my ID and let you run me, that's it. I'm not helping you no more in your investigation. Because like that's one of the things that you learn from the First Amendment Audit. You are in no way and fucking like you don't have to help them with the investigation. Like that's the reason the Miranda thing, like you're being rid your Miranda rights. Like they call them your Miranda rights, but they're really not your Miranda rights. Miranda is a case. That's case law. Like that's what it is. Like all the things we're talking about, like Terry v. Ohio, fucking Miranda, the whole shebang. That shit is case law. Like, yeah, I don't have to help you in your investigation. You can investigate me. You can reasonably slow down the process. Like how many times, Mook, have you been pulled over for more than an hour on the side of the road?
Jesus.
Right. Like, but the case law denotes that if you, reasonably 20 to 30 minutes is the length of a traffic stop, and that's on the long end. So if it takes more than 20 to 30 minutes on a traffic stop, you are violating my rights. Right. You've officially violated my rights at that point. Like if it took you 30 minutes to come up with why you pulled me over, you had to have violated my rights. Because you're not telling me that you've seen me commit an infraction. So now you take my ID, you go back, you can run my shit through David, you run my shit through all of the agency fucking things, and then you come back with some fucking crazy ass ticket that ain't got shit to do with fucking nothing that I got pulled over for. Like, no, nigga, I was driving, I signaled, I made the left turn, you lit me up, I pulled over, and then you walked up, you put your little fucking fingerprint on my fucking my left, start putting arsenic on my fucking like
that's if you want to, bitch.
Right. Like, put your little fingerprint on my fucking my back turn signal, walked up to the car, blah, 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 blah. Ask for ID. Okay. Typically, why you see people on the news say, I demand to know why you pulled me over. They don't technically have to tell you that. They should tell you that. But you are supposed to know by a reasonable time why you're being pulled over. All of this shit is case law. All of this shit has been to the Supreme Court, fought for, adjudicated, the whole shebang, which is why then they come back with these policies and this training for police officers. And then they get told, like, no. I don't know. I'm at the point now where after watching all of this, I do believe that if people start suing, not the city, because the city typically, like the people, the population, the citizens of the city typically aren't aware with how the city government's resources are being spent. Like y'all don't realize that if y'all look up the amount of monies paid out in settlements for shit like this, like not the crazy shit that's always on the news, just shit like this, people will be in an uproar. The millions of dollars from the city budget that is used to settle and pay out lawsuits because the police violated someone fucking citizens' rights. People will be like, oh, hell yeah, definitely defund the police. This is fucking crazy. Like a traffic stop should not be conducted by a motherfucker with a gun on his hip if I have to pay out $100,000 every time he pull a fucking gun on somebody. Like hell no.
Indubitably.
Like, so, like I say, it's an interesting concept. I personally think it's dope. I enjoy it. I'd be watching it. I'd be like, oh, this is so fire. This is so great. Mookie, you can say what you want to say. You be just as amused as I be. You just know not to do it.
I am not amused.
Right. You know not to do it. That's the reality of the situation. Like we understand that we our skin is our sin. We will not. Listen, you pull me over. I'm cordial. I'm not polite. I'm cordial. I'm firm. Here you go. I'm giving you my driver's license, my motherfucking proof of insurance, and my motherfucking registration. Where you hit it? Home. I don't give a fuck which way I'm going. I'm headed home or I'm headed to work. One of the two. Like, because like I said, I've been pulled over and, I was headed somewhere else. And when I said I was headed somewhere else, I was met with, well, you don't belong in this neighborhood. Okay. So now I'm just lost and I'm headed home. I got off so I could fucking get gas and I'm lost. I'm absolutely lost, sir. And I'm going home. I'm sorry. I'm getting my nigger ass back to the plantation where I belong because I don't want there to be no fucking issues with me and you.
Exactly.
So I enjoyed the phenomenon. I think like a lot of them are entertaining. Big Nick, especially Big Nick, South Florida Accountability. He's super fucking entertaining to me. Like that dude. So that's one of the black ones. That's why he stands out. He's fucking hilarious because he just be antagonizing these motherfuckers. That shit is fucking hilarious. Fucking hilarious. Obviously. And to me, I wonder This speaks to the ineptitude of law enforcement. How y'all not having a briefing every morning? If y'all see this guy right here, leave him the fuck alone. How y'all don't have that briefing? Like rookie cop to fucking most tenured motherfucker on the force. How y'all not having a briefing? That's like, remember a long time ago, Mook, when something bad would happen, we would have whole entire fucking briefings. Like they would shut everything down so we can go through, nitpick, fine tune. Listen, this occurred. This is bad. This is highly problematic. This can no longer happen at all. Mm-hmm. Everyone will be here. Everyone will sign this roster to ensure that everyone received this training. Even if the training does not properly train you, at a minimum, it could be used to properly identify this motherfucker who is suing the shit out of the city on a regular basis. He is here solely to antagonize you and make you make a mistake. The only way to not make the mistake is to not engage. Bingo. Because the moment you engage and he is telling you this is a constitutionally protected activity, I do not have to ID, and then you demand ID, you have violated his fucking constitutional rights.
You know you done fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up.
See, now I want to do it. Now I want to do it. I want to do it because I want to say that.
You know you done fucked up, right?
First you said you wanted the ID.
Oh my God. That shit's crazy to me. Yeah. I'm like, because these videos are circulating, and you think, like, if we have access to them, you got to have access to these videos too.
Yeah, they're super popular. Because they be talking like, I'm going to make you famous. I've seen. And some of the cops be like,
I've seen you.
I've seen you. I know you're going to put me on YouTube, but I'm still going to violate your rights, nigga. The fuck?
Like, I don't care. It's like they don't care. And
that speaks to the whole qualified immunity shit. Like, and y'all should probably look. I'm not even gonna sit here and explain the convoluted bullshit of what qualified immunity actually is, because it got to do with a reasonable person and what a reasonable person would assume and blah blah blah. And the fact that fucking police can't be police and certain government officials can't be sued civilly, personally. So they know that. Yes, I'm violating your rights, but I'm aware that since it doesn't directly impact my finances, that the city pays it out, we're cool with violating your shit.
Yeah, I'm going to do it anyway because it's not going to take away from my money.
Right. And then sometimes they be like, well, like the conversations they be tricking the cops into having is really so they can lose their qualified immunity. Because if you admit on camera that you understand reasonably what the person is attempting to say and do, and you have a reasonable understanding of the law, that even if you misapply the law at that point, you have lost your qualified immunity because you knew how the law was supposed to be used. Because you chose to use it wrong. You chose to be a fucking tyrant. You chose to fucking just flex your muscle because you was annoyed. Then bingo, here you go. Like I just watched one. So the cops are driving through a market district, and they look inside an establishment, and the guy has the lights on. He's in there, him and two people, and they come up to the door and they knock on the door, and the dude comes to the door and he's like, "What's up?" He was like, "Yeah, well, what are y'all doing in here? Restocking?" He was like, "No, what do you want? I didn't call you." Right. Yeah. Those two of the three cops on that scene lost their jobs, but he's a business owner and he's literally getting ran through the ringer about. He's like, "So what difference does if I tell you I own it? What are you going to do? Like, I don't have to ID, and I don't have to prove to you that I own this place. And there's no way for me to prove that." And then some random, like, so this goes on 15 minutes. And then some random white dude said, "He's the owner." And that was the failure of the cops because they took the random white guy.
It was fucked up. It was so wild.
Literally took the word of a random passerby. So like the black person who owns the business is in there doing whatever he's doing. Like he doesn't reasonably owe you anything. Like he's explaining, like, "Look, my alarm didn't go off. We didn't call for service, nothing. What is it that you want me to do?" And then they eventually get to the point where, well, 15 minutes later, if you stick your key in the door and the key works, then okay. I'm thinking to myself, well, the windows wasn't broken. You have to readily assume this motherfucker had access, even if he could be a crook with the key. Number one, not even going there, whatever. That's fine. So as the guy's about to stick the key in the door, a random white person walks by and is like, yeah, he's the owner. Oh, thanks. And then all three
walk away. Just, it's over now. Whitey McWhite Pants over here fucking comes up and tells you, oh yeah, it's all okay, cool, thanks, other white guy, we can walk away now. That's all it takes to be a burglar. I'm just gonna have random white people walking around. Hey man, just tell them I own this place. Don't listen to me. Scratch that from the pod. Just scratch that off. Continue. What were you saying? I'm sorry.
No, that was it. Like it's a wild phenomenon. And don't get me wrong, like I said, I think it's dope. I think it's a definite community service that these folks are walking around testing and ultimately training or retraining law enforcement that their tyrannical immediate demands for identification and to just accost you and physically, assault your person because they want to. I guess if that cop bumps into two white guys on an audit and then the city loses close to $1 million, maybe that one cop won't do it to me. Like that's why I said I do think it's a public service. Like I'm not finna be testing the waters. Like I'm really not. Like I'm not finna go be all like, when I first seen it, I was so like, oh my God, I should do this. And then I was like, wait a goddamn minute. This is weird.
That's suspicious.
Right? Like that's definitely not gonna fucking happen.
They're trying to set you up for the okie doke.
Like, I mean, because when you first see it, it's like, oh hell yeah, like this is dope. And then it's like, yeah, no. Yeah, but y'all really should. Y'all should look it up, listeners. Y'all should look this shit up. Look up the whole fucking First Amendment audit. There's a site on fucking Facebook called Audit the Audits, where the First Amendment auditors who post videos, another guy, he's making his bucks on performing audits of the audit. So he's literally watching and he's giving grades like A, B, C, D, E, F grades.
Is that where you?
That's where some of the ones I sent you was from, right?
Because I remember they got an A at the end or some shit.
Right, like so it's like this person gets an A because they peacefully or they assertively exercise their right to remain silent. They exercise their First Amendment rights, exercise their Fourth Amendment right, blah 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 blah, and then they followed up. Like, they did the fucking personal records request and then they fucking got a lawyer. And here's the civil paperwork saying the police were being like the police in the city of so-and-so was being sued. And here they go. They paid out $275,000. The police gets an F because they have a supreme misunderstanding of the law and its application. They're misquoting of case law and their inability to properly respect the fucking citizens' rights. Like it's great. It's fucking great. You should try it. Don't try it.
No, don't.
You should look it up to watch it.
Yeah, look it up. Don't do it.
Don't be the one.
Yeah, don't do it. Look it up and watch it. Don't ever do it. Don't ever. I would never fucking. That shit's weird. I would.
Yeah, like it's an interesting, like it's a damn interesting thing. Like especially in regards to number one, a lot of these places, like y'all have to understand. So when they talk about fucking photography in and of itself is not a crime. Photography in and of itself is not a crime. Anything that's in view from public can be photographed. There is no reasonable expectation of privacy in the public. That's a thing. So police officers, this is the reason the Supreme Court ruled that the citizens can film the police, because you're a government official, you're representing a government agency, you chose the job, and you have to readily identify yourself. So you, as a cop, do not get the opportunity to say, "Don't fucking record me." That's not how that works. As a civilian, if you are there on the scene, even if you're in a fucking two-party state, you may not have the right to tell someone not to record you because you typically have to approach them, which means you actively and readily see that these people are recording, they have a camera, and you have walked into their frame. Otherwise, you would not be able to be identified from the distance in which you should have safely stayed because there is no reasonable expectation of privacy in public. This shit is quite fucking interesting. And then you get to right, like, but basically, like, never mind that part, right? Just the law part of it, like just the dealing with the law enforcement or the authoritative arm of whatever fucking agency. These motherfuckers is like, okay, well, this is a restricted area, and as like, well, no, this is not a restricted area. This is a public sidewalk, and the public easement. Y'all need to look that up too, because I'm not going to be explaining all these technical terms. Like the public easement extends from here to here, period. End statement. It doesn't make a difference if you think this is private property. It is not private property, number one, because it is funded by who? The public. The tax dollars used, the police be like, no, this is private property. It's owned by, no, it's not. You're an idiot. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is public property, jackass. Like, this is the type of shit they be saying to the police. It's crazy as hell. Like, they be at the police station on the police lot, photographing police cars, taking license plates, photographing the whole shebang. Motherfucker come out and be like, well, our personal cars are here. Well, whose fault is that you parked your personal cars there? Like, that's not my fault. There's no sign that restricts access. One motherfucker said, like, the shit said, authorized police vehicles only. It was one of the funniest ones I ever seen. The sign said, authorized police vehicles only. Dude was literally arguing. It says authorized police vehicles. It doesn't say anything about personnel. So I'm free to walk back here as much as I fucking want to. And he surely was fucking correct. He was walking through the behind the building area to a fucking police station, videotaping cars, and then the cops they be trying to hit you with the, hey, you understand with all the things going on and how the world works, and since 9/11 and blah 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 blah. Dude was like, yeah, I don't care about none of that shit.
Don't fuck about none
right?
of that.
He was like, I don't care. That's not what the sign says. So I'm back here exercising my fucking First Amendment protected activity. I'm recording the government and fucking, within reasonable like she was fucking crazy. He was like, no. He said, you understand? Like we have what do you say? Undercover cars.
Oh, yeah,
and cars that you taking out a license plate. He was like, but see, I can see it from public, so I can record it. So it's not on me to protect that. It's on you that if you have some vehicles that you don't want the public to see, y'all have access
to them in the public.
Right. Y'all need to have some other area with a privacy fence and a guard to say that it's not accessible, but you don't have that. So fuck you. And I'm going to videotape as much as I want. Well, no, you're not. You're not going to do that. You're putting our lives in danger. He was like, no, you put your own life in danger because you chose to be a police officer. And here we are. And now you're fucking trying to tread on my First Amendment protected activity, you fucking tyrant. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ.
So reckless. It really makes me sweat behind the knees when I be watching these videos. I'll be like, God damn. I just know they're going to die. I just know they're going to
die. I'm going to need your ID. Are you demanding my ID under threat of arrest? And then the cop just repeats it. I'm going to need your ID. I'd like for you to give my ID. Are you demanding my identification based on your authority under color of law? And the cops be confused. So once again, this is one of them things when I say people like the police don't know the law. Because if you look up the statement under color of law, it's a legal term. These motherfuckers don't know. They're like, I'm going to need to see your ID. I would like for you to produce some ID. Well, I don't give a fuck what you would like. You're not going to violate my First Amendment rights.
And they be sounders. Them cops be sound. I know it'd be frustrating the fuck out of them. I know they just want to take that motherfucker and beat his head in. I know because they be sounding so frustrated. Like they just like you said, they just keep repeating the same shit over and over again.
Am I arrested or am I detained or arrested? That's what like. Am I detained? I'm gonna need you to stand right here. That's not what the fuck I asked you. I asked you, was I detained? Detainment is this. So are you detaining me? Because they'd be like, well, so if this is a consensual encounter, I will gladly answer your questions. And then when the cop says, well, no, you can't leave. Oh, so you're detaining me? Oh, then in that case, I would like to exercise my Fifth Amendment.
I don't have nothing to say.
Right. And I would like to contact my lawyer. Well, you're not under arrest. Well, your stupid ass don't know what the fuck the law is because I don't have to help you in your investigation. So fuck you. And I refuse to answer any more of your questions. And they'll talk the whole time, but they legit won't answer any of the questions. They're talking the whole fucking time. You would think to yourself, like the right to remain silent, you would consider silence. Nope, not these motherfuckers. These motherfuckers is talking the whole time. Say, nope, don't give a fuck what you talking about. Fuck you. Am I detained? Am I free to go? And they'd be like, well, yeah. Okay, well, if I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. And then it'll start fucking.
And then it starts all over again. And then it starts all the way the fuck back over again. Didn't miss a beat.
Oh, man, that shit is great. That shit is fucking great.
I'm glad he thinks it's great. I don't be thinking that shit be great. I'd be so weirded out by all of that shit. Like that they get away with that shit.
All I'm saying is that shit is great.
Motherfuckers be and just open defiant. And I be thinking about how many times we have fucking complied and still died. And these motherfuckers just be out here, hey bitch, you're dumb. What? What did he say?
Right?
What did he You're a jackass. You don't know what you're doing. What did he just say? Like, I'd be sweating watching these videos. I'm not even joking. I'd be like, how does he? God damn. He just don't give a fuck. Does he not care about his life? Is that what we're doing out here? Nobody cares? Shit's weird. These videos are. And there's so many of them too. It's so many motherfuckers just out here randomly just fucking testing.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I don't even think it's a random thing at this point. I think it's like so the places it happens, it typically happens in a pretty major city or a surrounding municipality of that major city. And it makes sense why those are the places that are targeted. Number one, because Country Mike and Bubba on the sheriff's. Oh, they gonna bury you out there, and you and your camera gonna be in the fucking ground somewhere. So they go to places where they understand the policies. They understand that the policies are in direct violation of the Constitution. They understand that typically these officers are tyrants, and they've been trained a particular way to just demand things. And it typically happens when you think about it, like so. I'm not gonna say when something big is going on, but they're typically going to places where shit could pop off. So it's kind of like, listen, we need y'all motherfuckers to understand the limitations with the badge. Like, you just can't indiscriminately stop me because you see me and ID me. You are better off watching me and investigating if I'm doing something criminal than you are to attempt to stop and ID me. I'm like, it's a dope concept. Just it's not one that I'm willing to do. Like, I'm not
willing to test.
I'd rather not. Like, so there was one in particular where, and this was more of a I don't know if I really want to call this a First Amendment audit, right? Because that's really not what it was. It was a video of a white guy walking around with AR, waiting for the police response. And the other video was of a black guy, same people recording, walking around with an AR, and the responses were totally different. Police walked up on the white dude. Right. Police walked up on the white dude, asked him about the gun, asked him what he was doing, asked him what the goal was, the whole shebang. They had a nice little pleasant conversation. He was like, well, I know you're not going to violate my rights because I'm here and I'm doing this and I'm well within my rights. And the cop was just listening and they was all rational and he complimented him on the nice fucking piece of hardware he had. And they went on about their motherfucking business. Granted, the interaction took about 10, 15 fucking minutes, but in the 10, 15 minutes, it was nothing but fucking pleasantry. No weapons were drawn. Nobody got loud. When once dude expressed that he understood that he did not have to ID because he was well within his rights to carry that fucking firearm in the public, it was what it was. The cop just let it go. The black dude, he got laid down. There was no pleasantry in the interaction. He got pulled up on when the police pulled up. That shit looked like a motherfucking movie. There was cops with the doors open, hiding behind the engine block, hiding in between the door creases with motherfucking long guns pointed at him, told this motherfucker to get down on the ground. They fucking had him with his fucking feet up, interlocked, and fucking hands interlocked behind his head, walked up, took the gun, and then began to assess what the fuck was going on. And still was it was cuffed the whole time, sitting on the curb, the whole shebang. It's just a difference. There's a fucking difference in how they respond and how they interact. And then number one, I'm a fan of those type of things being put on, in the public, because I need everyone to understand we not bullshitting when we say we getting treated differently. Because that right there, like that should be a fucking a nightly news commercial. Because then we're not gonna have to hear this. Well, the black people should have just complied. Complied with what, motherfucker? What are you talking about? If this dude got walked up on and had a conversation about his gun, anything more than that done to me is a violation of my rights. Now, keep in mind, I'm not having that argument because I'm suing. Like I'm just, hey, lock me the fuck up. I'm done. I'm not. If we don't get to the point where we're having the dialogue first, y'all go ahead and lock me up. I'm suing. I was like, and you consider, like, as frequently as I travel to and from the range, I do consider these type of things. You pull me over, look, this is my ID. You ask me about some guns in the car, I'm stopping. I'm done. I'm not finna dialogue with you because I already know what's about to happen. I've been pulled out the car roughly in the past when I was a child, when I was a youth. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like it. I've been dropped off in the rival neighborhoods. Like I've done all of those things. I'm not fucking with none of that. I'll just go ahead, lock me up, take me to jail. We'll fucking do all this shit on the back end through the legal loops. Like it is what it is. I'm not finna be getting into no motherfucking altercation with you motherfuckers out here in the street because I'm tempted to say I'm finna go there. Like, because I'm not finna let you kill me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm that's not happening. I'm not getting shot. Not about no traffic stop. And I'm not motherfucker that drive 5 miles per hour under the speed limit too. Because I don't want there to be no bullshit. They'll be like, why do you drive? Like I've been pulled like cop ass. Why are you driving so slow? Road hazards.
Mm-hmm. Got to be alert. Got to make sure I got time.
Right. If it's nighttime, I'm telling you, deer. If it's daytime, I'm worried about oncoming traffic. Period. I'm driving 5 miles per hour under the speed limit. You're not pulling me over for speeding, so you lying. I already know. I'm aware. You pulling me over because you want to know what the fuck is going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm driving 5 miles per hour under the posted speed limit. Period. Point blank. Road hazards. End statement. You say whatever you want to say. So I'm here for it. We have that part of the dialogue. You got any weapons in the car? I would like to exercise my right to remain silent. That's it. I don't even want to go there because I don't. At that point now you're using that's a judgment call. You know what I'm saying? Like it depends on if this cop is cool with niggas having guns.
Yep. And that's what it's gonna boil down to. Right.
Like so your personal belief on if niggas should have guns, that's how this is gonna work. It ain't gonna be about the legality of nothing because you see these 4 gun bags. Each gun bag has multiple weapons in it, and there are multiple weapons in the motherfucking backpacks with holsters attached to each backpack. The moment you see that, I realize that this is about to escalate. I'm not finna really sit here while you hold a gun on me for the next 10, 15 minutes for backup. Just go ahead and pull me out of the car, bro. I'm good. Just get me out the, like, if you're worried about your life, get me out the car. Put me at the back of the car. Don't cuff me because I'm not okay with not being able to defend myself.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd be waiting, especially like I said, especially en route to the range. Like, like when I'm going out to go do the coyote or hog or raccoon, or what I'm saying, like the other shit that I'm frequently invited to. It's like, okay, we're gonna go do this shit, like, just so everybody knows, right? All of these things occur at night. So right, when you go to fucking kill feral hogs, and when you're going to go fucking like outside of, even the deer technically is like nighttime, but fuck the deer. So the hogs, the coyotes, the raccoons, like all of these things are typically night things. So my black ass driving down the back country road with 150 fucking rounds and an AR-15 and a pistol on my hip. Cop pulled me over. Whew. It's a risk. It's a risk, Carnal. It's a risk. Yeah. Like, yeah. It was one of them, like when you like you gotta understand, like when you get invited to go to when you get invited to go do one of these things, you take into consideration, you're like, okay, I understand that we're not doing this until 10 o'clock at night. I understand that once I get to where I'm going, I'm fine because I'm with other people who are going to be doing the same activity. However, comma, ... while what we're doing doesn't start till 10, I'm going to need to be there at 5 p.m. I know that there's other shit that I got going on, but I need to be driving during regular hours where regular traffic is, not when I'm on a back road looking like I'm going fast as hell because I'm on the road by myself and the cop is sitting on the access road and sees the car go by at fucking 50 miles an hour, but the speed limit is 55, but I look like I'm going fast because I went past the fence post. So he wants to pull me over. Now I'm in tack gear with a pistol on my hip in an open carry state and an AR in the vehicle with rounds in the magazines. Because why would I wait till I get to where I'm going to load magazines? That's fucking stupid. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, right. Like after 6 p.m., travel restricted. Not happening. I know what we're doing doesn't start till 10, guys, but I'm just gonna sit here, sit in the car and watch YouTube and Netflix. Cause I'm not fucking around driving at 9 o'clock to get here at 10 o'clock so we can go start this shit at 11 o'clock. And then we're done 2 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I'm just gonna sleep in the car till daylight breaks because I'm not gonna drive back. So now effectively I have to give up 12 to 13 hours of my day to do something that's only 3 fucking hours long, because I have the wherewithal to understand that if the traffic stop is going to be a problem.
Shit's crazy.
like the traffic stop was going to be a problem, period, point blank. It's like and I mean, you figure, like, even when I went out to Old Boys to shoot, so because he got I can shoot long distance at his crib. I gotta go. It's getting dark outside. I can't be riding around with this big motherfucker, like this big motherfucker, and this big motherfucker. Like, oh no, we can hang out and drink some beers. No, we can't.
No,
we go. I got to go. Like, it's getting dark. Like, fuck, like the comfort of you people. Like, hell no. Like, do you understand a routine traffic stop can end my life right now? Fuck no.
Yeah. Just hanging, trying to fuck y'all.
Look, when I get to places, like when we go do that kind of shit, I get to the place and then I put in the GPS how to get home so I can see the time.
Yep.
So I can be like, I need to leave right here. If I leave 4 minutes after this time right here, I'm subject to search and seizure and death. And it's a game I don't want to play.
And I'd rather not play that game, sir.
And listen, law enforcement, government, I don't want to play the game. That don't mean I won't.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and
I'm just putting it out there. I don't want there to be no fucking misconceptions. Like, you good. This is not the conspiracy shit. I'm saying if I'm traveling and I'm 30 minutes from the crib, shut up. I'm 30 minutes, right? Of all of the times, I'm 30 minutes from the crib. I'm not taking this L. I'm not taking that L. We can do whatever we're gonna do on the back end. We lawyer, all other shit. I'm not taking no L. It's not happening.
That's factual information, though. That
right. I'm just putting it out there. Like, y'all motherfuckers, everybody can feel however the fuck they want to feel about it. I'm cognizant and aware of the situation, and I try to do things within the confines of fucking being a smart, reasonable Black person in my travel, in my movements, the whole shebang. However, if something were to occur, say if I go 2-3 hours away to go do something, on the way back, traffic, there's a fatality on the road. It takes them fucking 2 hours to clear the scene. I am now 2 hours behind schedule, and I still have 30-45 minutes to get to the crib. I'm not going out like no bitch. It's not happening. That I'm just putting it the fuck out there. That's not a fucking thing. Like, look, rest in peace to Philando Castillo and all of them other fucking legal gun owners who were trying to do the right thing. But you won't gun me the fuck down while I'm reaching for my fucking registration to show you shit. So I'm pulling. You're gonna have to follow me slowly to a well-lit gas station that I see reasonable amount of cameras or in front of some ATM somewhere, and then the interaction is gonna play out on the camera. Whatever it is, hopefully it's a good interaction. Hopefully everybody goes home safe. But I don't give a fuck about your kids seeing you because I give a fuck about mine seeing me. How about that?
Church.
Church. And this will be the podcast that is pulled up if it ever has to happen. Because I would much rather not do any of this. But if I go out of my way to do a 3-hour event, but I have to travel 12 hours so I don't bump into the arbitrary traffic bullshit because I'm aware of how y'all treat us, understand what I'm saying. I'm not having this First Amendment audit dialogue. I'm not doing none of that. I'm not the argumentative motherfucker. I'm not none of that shit. I'm telling you straight up, like, look, pull me over. I'm stop. Cool, bet. Here's the ID. You no sudden movements, no nothing. My shit is always in my visor. You can see my hands the entire fucking traffic stop, the whole shebang. The moment you start asking some shit, I'm like, okay, I'm on alert. Because now we're both on alert. Just like you're afraid, I'm afraid too, but I'm not afraid of you.
There you go. That's the part right there. That's the part.
Because I got what you got in this motherfucker and more.
That's the part right there.
And then I'm gonna be so now time for the jokes. Then I'm gonna be the nigga on the roof talking about butt naked. You won't take me alive, coppers. Because it's not happening. That's all I'm saying. You won't gun me down. No, there will be no hashtag fucking,
yeah.
No hashtag for the D, no hashtag for Big Lou's, no none of that shit. I'm not being a hashtag.
Facts.
Not happening.
Facts. Shit's wild.
And just so y'all know, all of the shooters that I know, I fuck with y'all super heavy. Y'all my guys. If they ever do try to turn me into a hashtag, I'm a martyr. Set this shit off. Like, set it the fuck off. Like, you always talking about don't videotape me. No, nigga, don't ride for me. Ride for me, nigga. Don't ride to no protest, no nothing. I'm expecting you, motherfucker, when the regular liberal people be protesting, I'm expecting y'all to be on the roof. End statement.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm putting it out there. I'm not boycotting. I'm not protesting. I'm not doing none of that shit. Like, post up on the roof, bipod open, fucking maximum magnification, avenues of approach, Fields of fire, interlocking fields of fire, and communication, please.
Y'all gonna have to drop a missile on that building to get
not going out like no bitch. Not happening.
Oh, you're gonna have to drop a missile on that motherfucker. Missile, like you are like a tactical missile.
The whole building, will have to come down. Because I'm not fucking.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to fucking take that hole. You're gonna have to fucking some C4 around that bitch. You're gonna have to bring that bitch down.
Y'all motherfuckers remember Kyle Reese on that roof? Stand by, bitches. Stand by.
Woo.
Not fucking playing. Yeah, so
let it be known. Yeah, fuck it.
Once again, shout out to the Legends Twitch. If I'm not mistaken, there's 3 A's and 3 T's. It's X what with 3 A's and 3 T's. Check out his Twitch.
No, it's 4. Wait, 5.
I think it's 5 and 5.
Yeah, 5. Yeah. 5 and 5. I had to look that shit up.
Mr. The Legend, you might need to change your Twitch name so it can be easily found.
I was like, because when you said 4, I was like, yeah, it is 4. I was like, no, wait, there's one more. I remember. Wait, because it was like.
Right. It's like
yeah. I was like, hold on.
Yeah, but shout out to the Legends Twitch. Everybody check out the Legend on Twitch, doing his thing. He's gonna be talking his shit like he talking shit on here, but it's a different platform. So he's playing video games while he's talking his shit and beating the cowboy shit out of motherfuckers while he's talking his shit. So yeah, that's the win. And you know what? Maybe we should start a Twitch, bro. Maybe we should start a Twitch and we should go to the range and video ourselves at the range. No? Okay, no Twitch.
I mean, no. I'm with the Twitch part, but that part, no.
Well, this is the same thing. Like this, literally, we could do this right here.
That is true.
I could, like, bro. You know what? Stand by for next season. That's what's gonna happen. Stand by for next season because I'm gonna set the camera up at the range and I'm gonna just fucking. I mean, like COVID is still active, so I'm gonna mask up on these motherfuckers. It ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun, bitches.
We're gonna go ahead and go.
Listen, hold on, wait. No, I want y'all to understand, right? I go to an open public range. When I pull out my bags and I set my bags on the table, the people at the range are like, "Ooh, shit." Can I talk to you? No, you cannot.
let's slide over here for a minute. Don't touch me, bitch.
Exactly. Like I'm taking up the table by my motherfucking self, and I'm pulling out an excessive amount of ammo and spotting scopes. And Mookie's on the phone, like, "Bruh, you doing too much." I'm like, "No, I'm really not. I'm really just setting everything up so I can fire it all and then put it away when I'm done." That's just how it works. And then I move to another part of the range to shoot other things that I possess. Feel how y'all feel.
This has been the No Filter Podcast. Make sure you follow us on all our social media and streaming platforms. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Anchor, Spotify, and YouTube. Hit that like, dislike, share, subscribe button, and make sure you hit that little bell notification so you can stay up to date on everything that we do every time we do it. You got
it? Oh yeah, I do. Watch The Terminal List on Amazon. Fire. This is it sounds like what I'm saying something, but I'm not saying nothing. Watch the terminal list on Amazon because the shit is fire. However, it is Chris Pratt, and I'm not a huge Chris Pratt fan because I just feel like he's Chris Pratt in every movie. He's not the actor. He's not the character I'm watching. But this movie is dope. I thoroughly enjoyed. Well, TV show because technically it's a TV show. It's 8 hours. Just so y'all are fully aware, it happened all in one night. The whole thing, start to finish. And I had fell asleep on some parts, went back to the beginning, and then I was just up because I wanted to see what I fucking missed because I wasn't understanding the full thing of what was happening. Shit was fire. And obviously, I'm shouting out without remorse because I'm always shouting out without remorse. Since I'm gonna make an Amazon plug, I'm shouting out without remorse. Period. Point blank. But check out the terminal list.
Well, one of these seasons we're gonna review movies and TV shows.
Yeah, we're gonna review The Blacklist because that's fire. We're gonna review Designated Survivor. Look, you know what? Because everything sounds super political. I'm not gonna do that right now. We can't attach that to this podcast.
Yeah, we gotta. Yeah,
we'll give y'all like a bonus clip of what we're gonna review so y'all can review it. Because it's gonna sound real crazy at the end of this podcast talking about those shows.
Yeah, it was like with this podcast and then just
that is not our intention at all. Just I'm gonna put that out there. That is not the fucking intent. However, those shows are fucking amazing. So
they are actually pretty good.
Yes, like period, point blank. Shows are fire. Like we had our whole discussion about fucking Scandal and Grays and blah 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 blah. Like we're gonna sit down and analyze and talk about the premise of the show, why those shows are those shows, why we're fans of the show, what basically transpires in the show. Like we're not gonna break down every episode, like that's fucking ridiculous. But we are gonna talk about like the season, like the big parts, the parts that stood out to us, and hope y'all fucking jump on that bandwagon. But right now, and listen, it's fresh in my mind because I watched the terminal list yesterday, and I watch without remorse like once a month. At least, well, actually, I watch it 1.3 times a month.
Let's go.
Right? Like about 1.3 times a month. Like I watch the whole show at least once a month. But that movie I watch up until when he's in the clink. Like, well,
let's go.
I cut it off right after they come get him. I'd be like, whoo, time to go outside, bitches. Like, yes.
That shit was great. That was literally the best part of that.
They've invested more into us than they did him. End statement.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go now. That was it, guys. We're out. Bye-bye.